Hey, how's it going, guys? As Rideshare Revolution said, the summer slowdown is in effect, and it's not just Chicago; it's here in Texas as well. Um, this June was really good, I did notice that June was great. I should have worked more. I made the mistake of being lazy and not taking advantage of all of the promotions and bonuses that Uber and Lyft had in Texas. Right now, I was expecting for Uber and Lyft to be very, very busy because it was like 4th of July weekend, but it was not good. Saturday, it was a lot slower than a Monday or a Tuesday. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, fortunately, you just have to, uh, you know, stay motivated and have a good strategy of knowing where to be and being able to predict the surge and being at that, at that sweet spot so you can get a surge ride. Um, my, well, I made about, right now I've driven about 5 hours and I've made about $95, which is not as good as I usually do. I usually do a lot better than that. I make about 140. Um, but if this is the worst it gets, I'm not really that disappointed. Um, but yeah, my wait time today was about 30 minutes. 30 minutes between each run. Yeah, and I did get a good tip. I got a $10 tip, which was like I didn't expect it. Um, so that was actually pretty good. And what else am I doing? Yeah, just have a good attitude. Don't feel pressured. Before, when we got really slow, I would give up and I would just go home, you know. And Uber, doing Uber and Lyft is not about like, you know, giving up right away. You have to, keep going, keep moving forward, and it's like a little snowball that generates every time you pick a passenger, because you don't know where you're gonna take them. You don't know where that ride is gonna end up. Yeah, right now I'm taking a break. Let's see. Let me show you guys where I'm at. Oh my god. Okay. So we are at a library. What the hell is this? Oh, and that's a hotel. As you can see, everything is like super empty. Can we zoom in? No, we can't. Ah, snap. But yeah, so my car is pretty clean. I just washed it and shit. But yeah, guys. So I'm a driver. I drive, and I want to report to you guys to see, to show you what my strategy is. And yeah, I mean, I also don't like people that report on Uber, but they don't drive. So I drive, I do Lyft, I do Uber, and yeah, I've been driving for 3 years. And I also do a lot of sales, like I sell phones, electronics. I'm really into that, sales. I'm a sales guy, so that's my strength. And yeah, Uber and Lyft, my rating is a 4.88 with Uber, and with Lyft it's like a 4.9. But it is a sales job as well. You have to give a good impression. You have to talk to your, passengers, make them feel comfortable, and be efficient on where you're gonna take them. Take them, fast. Like, don't take a really crazy route. Um, but yeah, I mean it is what it is, and you just have to stay motivated. That's my advice of when you're, I guess, when it's slow. So my city is in Chicago, obviously. Chicago, even, you know, on its slowest day, I can imagine that it's busy compared to where I'm at. Um, so yeah, I mean, we don't even have Uber XL. Well, we do have Uber XL. We don't have Uber Select or Uber Black. Um, but yeah, I mean, and Lyft is barely there. I mean, it's not a lot of people use it. Mostly people that come like from out of town. But yeah, I mean, I like, you know, being able to just be around the city. I'm not a guy that like just stays in a job. I've tried it and it hasn't worked. I am not that type of guy. But man, lately I've been getting a lot of passengers that like to talk. And the only reason I like to drive at night is because usually people are like quiet and they just, they're drunk and I take them home and yeah, I'm like, but yeah, I mean, I'm making money, but yeah, I mean, it can be annoying sometimes, but hey, I take the good with the bad and, at the end of the day, I'm glad that I'm picking up people that are polite and that are, you know, that want to talk to me because that's a good sign, right? When they want to talk to you, it means, they're not hostile or anything. So, and they always tip you well, you know. But so when you're driving, you do have to understand that your job, I guess, entails a little bit extra. Giving a little extra, so you can, maybe get that tip, right? Because I noticed that a few of you guys complain that from passengers that tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna tip you in the app," and then they forget, right? So, my advice for that is to, don't tell them like, "Hey, give me 5 stars right now." No, don't do that. End it like when you drop them off. This is my strategy, okay? So you end the trip, and then you let the passenger know, "Hey, well, did you get the receipt on your phone? Did you get the notification?" And then they have to take the phone, their phone out, right? And look, and they have to unlock it and everything. And oh yeah, here, is this you or is this you? And sometimes they're like, they have to look for it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't see it," until they see your name. "Oh, yeah, that's me. Okay, I'm Fred." And then they see the little stars, and then they'll like give you 5 stars automatically. Um, Sometimes when they don't want to give you a tip, they just like end it, and you're not supposed to say anything, obviously. So I never say anything like, "Hey, like no, no, no." So, but usually they they give you a 5 star rating, and that's it. You get 5 stars. But don't tell them like, "Hey, you don't rate me 5 stars, man." Just prompt them, "Hey, did you get the receipt? I hear I ended the trip, and you should get a receipt, on your phone, just to make sure that everything went well, that everything ended properly." And yeah, that's how I do it. And usually they give me 5 stars, and they give me a tip, you know. And sometimes, obviously, there's situations where like, "Oh, well, my friend ordered the Uber," or they just take it out, and then they just like, "Oh yeah, here it is, I got it here," and then they never open it or whatever, right? Um, so yeah, that's how I do it, and it has increased my tips a little bit, about maybe $80 a week, but from nothing, it's still pretty good. But yeah, right now I'm waiting for the surge. So as you can see, it's 1:56 a.m. The surge starts at 2. What else do we have to discuss? So yeah, I mean, being an Uber driver and Lyft driver is not as easy as a lot of people think it is, right? It involves a lot of strategy and patience. And oh yeah, what else? What else does it? Okay, and you do risk your life sometimes because you pick up some, 1 out of 1,000, right? Times it's happened to me, maybe even less, but 1 out of every 2,000. I've only done like 3,000 trips a lifetime, and yeah, I like the guy I picked up was like super drunk and on drugs. I remember I opened the door for the guy. I opened the door for all of my passengers. Um, and yeah, I opened the door for this guy. This guy had a beer in his hand, and he chugged it in, and then he threw it out. So I was like, oh well, how considerate, right? I mean, he's being cool, you know. That's awesome. As soon as I get in the car and start driving, he starts to tell me that he wants to, punch me in the face. And I was like, what the hell? Like, hey man, like, how's it going? Being polite and whatever. Everything I said to this guy, like, hi, how are you? Or thank you for using Lyft. He was like irritated. And I even like, at first I was just quiet. And yeah, this guy like started to like touch me, go like this to me. And I was like, what the hell? So that never happened, and that recently happened, right? But it was and it was with Lyft. The guy had a picture like on his profile, so I was like, oh, he's not like that dangerous or anything. And I picked him up in a spot like that was like well lit, and there was cops. So what I did was I pulled over, and yeah, I let the cops know, hey, this guy, he's being very violent. Um, and then and that was it. You know, they talked to the guy, and then they gave him a ride home. But yeah, this guy was like insane. Like I thought I was gonna get, killed, or like as I was driving, what I feared was that he was gonna like roll the actual like the car, like pull the trigger and like roll not the trigger, the steering wheel. What the hell? Like move the steering wheel, and it would have caused me to crash. So yeah, that would have been scary. But yeah, that's like 1 out of 3,000 times that's happened. And then the guy, I don't know what he had. Like the carpets of my car, like they were like trashed. He had something in his feet. So I let Lyft know about that situation, and they were very helpful. So yeah, 159. So guys, stay motivated. The summer slowdown is here. Don't give up. Being an Uber and Lyft driver, it's probably better than having a job, for the most part. But yeah, stay happy, guys. See ya.